More cartridges also on the SNES. Oh yeah, it is. It's a thing, all right.
Let's see here.
There is supposed to be no game audio on the screen. This just allows us to wait for the start. It doesn't show us doing the setup, but you know, we did the manip the other day. Could do that if we wanted to. See if it decides to reset itself for no reason. Big money, big prizes, they love it. Well, if you love it, I've got a few channels for you to follow and watch. Well, 3.
We've got a time machine. That content is unavailable. What?
Huh? Big cash grab, yeah, pretty much.
Speed game. I said speed game.
Speed gaming.
Not Timmy.
Wait. Okay, apparently we're up and going, so you know you may want to hurry up there.
Okay.
I mean, if you need a couple seconds, I can start without you. I
Oh
suppose,
no, man,
you know?
it's all good. It's all good.
All right. It's a co-op run, everybody. First time in SNES Super Stars history. Got Brisulph and
Jackimus Wedge.
Okay, good. You got the full name in. That's important. We're gonna do it. We're gonna need that good luck. So let's get going here. I'm gonna start the run without Jackimus. We've already done a manipulation to get a drop where I want it. This is literally the only manipulation in the run, is getting this drop, and then it's all at the mercy of the RNG of the game and how well we play.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it does sound about right. So what happens is we get that, and he starts late, so he gets that invulnerability shield, and this should allow us to get out of here 35 to 37 seconds. Is what we're looking for. Anything lower than that's not going to be great. That was okay.
Yeah, you know.
Nothing special.
Yeah.
Oh, may the orbs be plentiful in the football afterlife. That is true. So, collect power-ups. This is the start. We're looking to get an option or an orb. We really want this thing to drop early here.
Would be ideal.
That's a spreader, so that's a weapon at least. But these run out. As you see that green under my score meter, or I should say just my score, it unfortunately runs out, just like those grenades did. Not that the grenades are a great weapon.
Not particularly.
So we're getting weapons, which is nice, but not superb. Basically a 113.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, so now we're going to start popping these guys. This room has 18 of those shrapnels. We can have up to 4 on screen at a time. And now we're just kind of holding serve against everything as we kill off the shrapnels that we're required to kill. It's essentially a timed room if we do it right. It's always going to be about 42.5 seconds. Still hoping to get that orb, and there it is. So Jack will be the quarterback. He will be calling the action. And I decided to ignore this because it's early enough. We'll get another drop here. Maybe I'll get lucky and get a weapon before we leave. Nope.
Last one. Let's go.
All right, so 155 into here. Now the real part of the run begins. And I'm just essentially going to be a runner, taking out things. I got 4 shrapnels with that grenade.
Nice.
That's pretty rare. Everything just kind of grouped up nicely.
Appreciate that.
So this room has a max of 3 shrapnels in it, and we're just trying to kill off the swarmers as fast as possible. Now that I've got a good weapon, I can actually just fire some slower shots, because we're going to be able to keep the kill ratio high enough to keep the spawns coming here.
Yeah, preserving rocket ammo was pretty great. Got him, good.
Yeah, I had to go over to rake him with the close shots. We're doing okay here.
Yeah, 240 is not bad so far.
We will need the luck indeed, so we're doing okay. I have enough weaponry that... Good thing I didn't do my usual straight down.
Yeah.
We're also going to try to avoid prizes, because they have to count these up between Arena 1 and 2 and Arena 2 and 3. That will slow us down, so we're trying to get the minimum bonus possible. Then in Arena 3, you'll probably see us screw around a little bit and pick them up, or run them over a little more than we would normally.
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't get quite as much on it as I wanted, but we did get both, so at least that's set.
Yep.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Absolutely.
Rockets on the feet is always a treat.
Yeah, gotta love that vitamin R.
Alright, I'm gonna hold the top and grab that.
Sure.
It's late in the room, but I'd rather just, bust some faces. I managed to break it anyway. Ha! Not too shabby.
Nope.
The game is very, very, very fast on 2-player because it's the same amount of enemies. All the bosses have the same amount of hit points. It's just there's an extra gun platform at all times. You're really in good shape here.
Yep.
Yeah, I had to wait a half second so he became more vulnerable. Really?
I'm just gonna get it.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a key. I got it.
Okay.
If I can get to it. That was very, very trolly.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to take a death here and hope for a lucky weapon drop. Nope, it's a key.
Okay, so now it's my turn.
So we're just going to keep running into Mutoid looking for a weapon to drop.
We want the spread.
Go into the top of him. Alright, it was just delayed. So we didn't get it. We're looking for a spreader. We're not getting them right now.
There's a little glitch on this boss and the final one where if you have a spreader and you put the barrel of your gun inside the shoulder, so like your gun clips inside him, it does non-optimal damage. So you're getting 27 damage a shot instead of 3. Pretty fantastic.
It's pretty goofy. He is being a real troll here. His movement has been very, very uncooperative.
On the plus side, we're at least getting decent weapons. No spreader, so I don't think we'll be able to show that off here.
No, but we still get a crack at it later because they repeat a boss.
Yeah.
What was all that slowdown?
So we probably need another weapon drop after this one to finish the boss off. Sadly, the regular pea shooter doesn't damage him. But there we go.
So this is very slow, but not much we can do about it.
We've had worse.
Oh, we have. We didn't get the good weapons we needed.
When we did this at GDQ, we were out of Arena 1 at 6:30, so you can imagine how awful the RNG was for us there.
At least we had weapons. That is the good news. We had weapons. Because if you get stuff like keys,
Feet,
invulnerabilities, those, you can't hurt him. You need a weapon to hurt him. Hey, look at that, a perfect bonus.
Perfect bonus, nice.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, the grenade launcher is an okay sound, don't get me wrong, but the greatest sound in the game will be coming up in about 5 rooms or so.
Yep.
We will point it out, because our good friend LOZ Cards fan is a huge proponent of that sound. You know what it was? It wasn't slow down. I think the down on my controllers decided to take a bit of a fit on me.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's not great. My movement is very janky right now, so I think if we can, you're going to be the orb guy.
Alright.
And unless this fixes itself, but right now it's feeling pretty rough.
Yeah.
I'm not enjoying the down on my pad right now.
Well, let me know how it's going. I don't mind being orb guy in Arena 2, as I'm sure you're aware.
Yeah, 3 is definitely a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need the 1-ups if there's a choice. No matter. That's fine. I don't need any power-ups. Well, foot's nice, because that's what I need with janky controls.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Well, I'm not too worried about the 1-ups right
There
now.
it is.
Yeah.
There it is. We had.
There's the sabotage.
So this is another essentially a timed room. We don't want to hit those nukes, those smart bombs. We don't want to hit those. It delays the room by about 1 to 2 seconds.
They kill everything in the room, but enemies stop spawning once you pick it up for a few seconds, and we need them to keep spawning in that room. We say it's a timed room. It doesn't mean the room ends after a set amount of time. It's a set amount of enemies, but with 2 players, it's effectively a timed room because it's way easy to just kill enemies as they come in and never even get close to hitting the enemy limit for the room.
So here's the good news. We wanted that orb to show up in this room, because if we don't get one here, we can't get one in the next room either. But what happened there for us was it happened before the swarmers got here, so provided we don't goof this up, we're in excellent shape right now.
Indeed we are, Bri.
And that's okay. For this room, that's fine, especially if the spawns just keep pouring in like that.
Yeah.
We'll save this because we can maybe end the room on it.
We can.
It's not over yet.
It looked like it was.
It sure did. They delayed their arrival, but it's fine. We're still good.
A little late to the bus station there.
Oh, what can you do? You know, when you're trying to ferry, 5 digits worth of people to work, you're going to have some problems with the transit. There's no doubt about it.
I think we need a new mayor.
What can you do? And for someone saying shout out to Cards fan, absolutely. And here's the trivia question. I give this every time I run this game in any marathon. You know what game he first started commentating for? Super Smash TV Easy % Tournament. True story. So really, when Cards is making millions of dollars, he's going to give me a 5% cut, I assume. Because I gave him his start. It was me! Maybe not his talent or his great voice or just how awesome he is or none of these things. That's not how we wanted to do that, but he arrived here a little earlier than I thought he was gonna.
Well, the way the spawns came out, it surprisingly worked. So,
alright.
We'll take it.
So
that's an intentional death for Bri, because he's just going to run right through that snake. Of course, the game would actually give us a lucky smart bomb drop there, which we could have also used, but...
It's fine. No shrapnels, let's go!
Yeah, that was pretty quick. Not bad.
Yeah, I know that if you want to do memes for this game, anytime we get a key, you can just spam KEY in the chat, or if we get an extra life, you can spam DUDE! Those are the only real super memes that exist here. Actually, true story, if you want to keep going into the lore of this game. The key meme started at the first SNES Super Stars that I participated in doing single player normal. I just started yelling key every time I picked one up for no reason. And it became part of the lore. So there you go. True stories. You guys knew you were going to get a run at this game. You didn't know you were going to get Hollywood true stories. No word, rather... Charlie Murphy's going to show up to help us out. Alright, these are fast. This is true. So now Jack's going to have to be really careful dancing around. The enemies touch that orb even once. It's going to fly off into the distance.
And that's no good.
Alright, I got a razor shield to help here. I'm just going to stay in the middle for now.
Yeah.
Until I get a chance. Well, that's fine. It's nothing too bad there. I normally would use it more offensively, but until I get something a little better to help with, like weapons or... You got it, I think.
Oh, yeah. I didn't mean to.
Oh, I know.
We'll make do.
Now I'm gone.
Yep. Okay, sure.
I can't get over the lack of weapons here, but it's fine on 2-player. This would be a death sentence on 1-player.
Yeah, it most certainly would. This is one of the tougher rooms in the game for 1-player.
I mean, that razor shield would help, but, you know. And now we're going to put a rip Charlie Murphy in the chat.
So now we're looking for a rocket launcher for Brian here.
I mean, this is okay and all, but that's about it.
Yeah.
You know, game, you are allowed to drop weapons, because card and a smart bomb on the feet. Another delay, because right now we're not getting the swarmers. We have to wait for them to show up. Really, game?
Really?
This is some ridiculous silliness on display here.
Well, we might not be able to get to show off that glorious sound.
Oh, we better. That's fine. Just hold the fort.
Yeah.
That was intentional.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to give us a chance
get something to help us get rid of these sneakies here.
Really? Did you deflect him?
I may have.
That's too bad.
It was not my intention.
It still works.
Yeah.
We're still getting what we need.
Yeah.
You cover yourself. I got that snake. Oh, look at this.
Just a little late, but okay.
So if you have rockets, you can shred those big disc snake enemies. It's pretty great sound. It is the best sound in the game, and of course we didn't get to show it off. Cards fan right now is crying somewhere. I mean, probably not, but still. I was just holding off on that just for the fun of it, and see if we could get it to a position where it would be really good for Jack. Maybe get him back to the middle. And now we're back to the normal drops. Apparently not allowed to have fun. Well, more rockets. Okay, I should complain a little more.
Probably.
I mean, I don't complain enough, but maybe I should complain more. And now we're just trying to get rid of these swarmers as fast as we can. And I'm just using this as a very defensive weapons. I knew we were about done. Do you want to not lose the orb on the last guy?
I didn't lose the orb.
Good.
Jeez.
Good. Great.
What are you panicking about? Come on, man. I know how to play this game.
I do understand the context of what RIP means towards somebody, guys. I mean, I know I'm Canadian, and I'm 136 years old, so I don't know the lingo of the kids. But I get it. I know where we're going with this. Alright, guys. The most terrible boss on single player is somewhat actually kind of fun on 2-player. So, Jack, you want to explain the mechanics of this boss as we go? And call the action at the same time.
Oh, God. Okay.
Because you're quarterbacking.
Well, here's Scarface. He's got a whole bunch of little shield panels around. You need to knock all of those off except for one on the first form in order to advance to the next. On top of that, we need to do enough damage to advance to the next form. So we'll just be kind of rotating him around the room counterclockwise here, and we'll be looking for some lobbers for Bri since he doesn't have the orb. You can't double up your fire with the lobbers, which is a shame. but it's probably a balance thing. But the lobbers are the most important for dealing damage to the boss, because if you land anywhere on the green, they deal 12 damage a shot, which is the most you can do to this boss.
And now we're just waiting for the lobber. We've already ripped the shields, and Jack has lost the orb. This is, I wouldn't say a disaster, because it's not necessarily that, but it's not good.
It's less than ideal.
Yeah, we're not getting the weapon drops we need here, unfortunately, so this is taking way too long.
Yep.
Because he's taking damage from these shots, but he's not taking much. If we have the lobber shots, he takes a lot more.
There we go. Just keep him down there, and we should move on to the next form once that lobber clip empties.
Yeah, he took that much that it only took 1.5 lobbers. Oh no.
Oh wow.
That's dirty.
Yep.
That's not good.
He was not responding at all. Well, we have him pinned now, so we're going to empty one lobber clip into his face. Same damage rules apply here. And once this is out, we'll just be looking to get rid of the rest of his shielding, and that should end the fight.
I'm going to try to work his shield.
Yeah.
Get the rockets.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, we need to get him down the other corner.
That's fine. No,
Oh no.
Oh goodness.
Oh no.
That was bad.
Yeah.
I can probably get him with this if I can. That's not great.
We got lost.
I know. There it is.
Yeah,
I got
it was the nasty piece. We missed a shot on it.
So unfortunately, that arena 2 was about as rotten of drops as you could have.
Mm-hmm. We're about a minute off of our world record pace here.
RIP is Latin for rip in peace. I am absolutely on board with that. So, barring the craziest Arena 3 ever, and I mean the craziest Arena 3 ever, not looking so good right now for world record. We're still on fine pace.
Oh yeah.
But breaking 34 is a bit of an ask right now. We'll see what we can do. Well, let's go!
I think we estimated, what, 35 or something?
Yeah. If we go over 35, it's a hardcore
yeah.
rotten run. What are you doing? That's mine.
Oh, so your thing's working now?
No, not necessarily. But this is my part to be the orb guy.
It certainly is. So I'm just gonna dance around like a fool here, because Brian has these tanks under control. We'll help out with those snakes, though.
Sadly enough, I didn't even need it there because the spreader on the feet.
Yeah.
So this is another room where we don't want to see those nukes. Now we're just going to see if we can get Jack a rocket launcher before we go anywhere. Speaking of nukes, there's one.
Money!
Now we're just waiting for a last little bit of swarmers.
We don't want those grenades because they're a little far away for that.
Ah. You did some poor drops. That is what it is. Oh, we don't... No. We use a credit right at the start when we bring him in. Like the first 5 seconds, we use a continue.
Yeah.
We don't 1cc this. We could.
We've done it plenty of times, but when you're getting bad drops against Mutoid Man, and the strategy is to suicide your player for that invulnerability when you get back into the ring. If the fight takes longer, you're going to have extra, suicides, extra lives going away.
Absolutely.
So it's something that happens, and while it does cost us a bit of time, since we have to get through the quick continue screen there, in the long run it's still better because those extra damage shots on Mutoid and a boss coming up later on.
Save them.
They save so much time that it's absolutely
And I can get a refill. We'll get it.
I'm getting it.
Okay, so we want rockets for the end of this room. We've killed the swarmers so fast, we're literally just waiting right now.
Yeah. In about 3 drops from now, I'd say, we'll have some shrapnels come in to finish the room. There'll be, 8. I believe, 8 shrapnels, yeah. And they spawn quite quickly, so you need the rockets. There we go.
Since we both had rockets, really easy. So is Jackimus Wedge as in Rising Tempest?
That was a very old screen name of mine, yes.
Well, there you go. You've been spotted. And now prizes don't matter, by the way. Not that we're going to go crazy on them, but they can be collected. Jack is choosing to ignore that spreader because rockets are the superior weapon. They rip through entire groups of enemies. They're pretty great.
Rockets, oddly enough, tend to be the worst weapon in boss fights, though. Yeah,
they're the best for regular rooms, though. Yeah, let's make this easier. So, by using rockets as well, shrapnels die in one hit. They're really strong, powerful weapons. But, yeah, bosses, due to the fire rate, just don't take enough damage from them.
Yeah, the damage boost against bosses is only it's a 3 damage shot, so a spreader does the same amount as a rocket does. And there tend to be little hit detection glitches with the spreader that allow them to do even more damage. Rockets, not so much. Grenades are an okay weapon against bosses. They're the best weapon against a boss midway through this final arena.
Yeah,
they have a very high DPS because they come out so quickly.
And the boss doesn't take like extra from any weapon. Oddly enough, the most chaotic boss is the most well programmed. There's nothing broken about it. And Jack almost took a death there.
Nah, it's fine. When we're in the waiting zone, sometimes you have to have a little fun.
Haha! Well, I had some fun. So this room has 5 of those purple snakes. We get about a 10-second break, and then we proceed with the worst swarming room. This room with these triple snake entries and the red guys from Buffalo Herd in Arena 2.
We fondly call them the herky-jerks.
Because they're herky and jerky in their movement. They're the herky-jerks.
And they do, in fact, taste like turkey.
That is a rumor I heard at a GDQ once. And at that point, we started fighting like an old married couple, and people on Twitter thought it was absolutely amazing. I don't know why they thought it was that funny, but it was funny, apparently.
Well, one of us is married, I suppose.
I suppose. But enough silliness, let's pay attention. That technically would have been better for me, but it was the right move for Jack to grab it. It was right where he was. It would have been silly to try to leave it, because the guy with the orb sometimes gets stuck in a spot. I know that would have been good for you. I'm just trying to get back to the middle here.
Understandable.
Rockets. So, we are definitely going to try to hold this down here. And remember, that orb is gone with one touch of any enemy. And the one bone you get compared to the arcade version, if you have a razor shield that rotates around you, it actually covers you from everything in this game. Unlike those little snakes in the arcade version, they go under the razor shields.
That's brutal. I was not aware of that.
At least that's the way it appears to be, the way I've seen it.
Okay.
So I decided to grab that because Jack was far away. I wasn't worried about him not getting there. Nicely done by Jack there. He timed that well.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Keep the Mafia for a while longer here.
Yep. We're nearing the end of this room. We're not there yet, but we're nearing it. And you see how quickly these guys melt a razor shield? That was incredible how fast it melted.
Yeah, that was a really good room. That's normally the hardest room in the entire run, so that was great.
Oddly enough, guys, there's a lot of ports of this game. I see people talking about that. The NES has one, and it has the digitized voice stuff, which is kind of cool. But the music in the room, it does not loop. So once it finishes the song, you're just playing in silence. And it's kind of disconcerting for a game that has such a great soundtrack. Even on the NES, not too bad that it goes quiet like that.
I don't even know what we picked up there.
Exciting home game.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a drop.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I just saw an exciting home game. So this room is like the last one, starts the same, except this time we get 6
purple snakes, and the swarmers come with the last one, and we have much preferable bat swarmers from the first one.
Crud. Oh, crud. Yep, wrong time for that.
Yeah.
So that was a direct drop sabotage. I went from grenades to a weapon, or from rockets to grenades, pardon me, and that nerfed my range, which is not ideal for the guy who's supposed to be on swarmer duty here.
Yeah.
I have to retreat because the snakes spawned in a bad spot.
They really did.
And in large numbers. I'm getting really pinned. This is not where I want to be. This is the safe play.
Not necessarily the fast play, though.
No, it is definitely not that.
The more we can keep Orb Guy in the middle of the room, the better things are. These rockets will help us do just that.
I'm going to take that just to help control the room for a second.
We almost had the room completely empty for a moment there. That's the power of Vitamin R, folks. We need as many rockets as we can get our greedy little Canadian hands on.
Absolutely, Roddy. Don't die. That was a little dicey how he did it, but he got there.
Nah, it's fine. I'm going to take it.
That's fine. So what I was doing there is what I call half-walling, which is you just kind of sit halfway towards the wall and you try to just continue, hit it if you can. Doesn't matter.
A little too late, yeah.
To just try to keep good lines of fire on those doors.
So we have some more purple snakes in this room while swarmers are ongoing, so Bry's got the orb. He's going to be focusing on keeping the swarmers in check, and it's my job to get rid of these purple snakes by any means necessary.
I was actually leaving that for him. There's rockets.
That'll help.
And yeah, so he's going to try to control things, keep these rockets going as long as possible. I almost grabbed that. It's good. I know it's there now. I have room to avoid it. And now he's going to stick with the rockets because he still has half a clip there, which is fantastic.
There's a refill. That's fantastic. Very good.
Get going.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah, it was in a bad spot. I get it. Okay, perfect.
Good. We keep getting rockets here. This is probably the first where we've honestly had the drops we really want to see at the right times.
This has been pretty nice.
Which is a welcome change after what's been going down. And I think there's 18 of those purple snakes, so we're probably already
They're all done.
Yeah. So now we're just on straight swarmer and shrapnel duty.
Yeah.
Managed to avoid that, which is good for Jack. He can take out a door. Sit on that. We're done.
I think that might be the fastest we've ever done that.
Pretty sure that's the fastest. That might have been sub 70 seconds. That was fast.
It was. It definitely was.
All right, it's time to play everyone's favorite game show within a game show.
Will we die to the left snake?
The right snake?
Both?
Or neither. And you have to choose who's going to die or if we're going to flawless victory this thing. That's unlikely. This fight is pure mayhem.
Yeah.
So
it is fun, though.
It is fun. I'm going to the bottom of the screen because I have the orb and I have to stay away from these snakes while keeping the fire rate up. Jack is going to be kamikazing around the top, but their hitboxes aren't active there for him. But the top 2/5 of the room are actually kind of safe from the snakes, but the buzzsaws are very well hidden by the bodies.
The snakes are up there, yeah.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, but once we discovered that, this fight became very interesting. I was choosing to ignore that. It was too close to the body.
That's not a good trap for you.
You're in a bad spot right there, dude.
Nice. It's fine.
Oh, I was like, the fight can't be over already.
No, that was me getting tagged, going for the good weapon there.
Yikes. Almost got picked off there by a laser. The neither usually wins this game, by the way. Whether it's perfect or you get buzzsawed.
Exactly.
Because everything on their heads kill you, their laser shots hurt you. There's a grenade if you can get to it. Never mind, it's over. That went fine.
That was pretty good, yeah.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
All right.
And it worked out good for me having me as the top guy there because I have the most extra lives remaining at the moment here.
I should pay attention. I was trying to read chat. I'm like, wait, there's no delay. I do this almost every time I go to this room. I'm expecting a break because we just killed a boss.
Yeah.
But no, we're into essentially what is Arena 3.5 or Arena 4. That's a really disappointing game. Whatever. I'll live with it for now. Okay. So I technically did not want this pickup because at this point I'm ready to go hide.
Yeah.
It's another timed room. It's about a 2-minute 20-ish.
Yeah, anytime you see these little orb enemies here, they, for us it's technically a timed room because we can comfortably beat the spawn rate and the max guys in the room rate. So this room should always take the same amount of time, unless we get sabotaged with a nuke.
Yeah, and that is typically going to happen at, a 2-minute 20 room. It's not great.
Whoa.
Ooh, I was trying to break a part of my shield off on that tank, and then I thankfully thought better of it.
You got a little snipe off at you there.
A little snipey.
So that nuke there, we don't want that.
No.
We do not want that. That is a time loss.
So I'm on crowd control. Jack's hoping to get something to kill these shrapnels off with as quick as he can, just so...
Once those shrapnels are gone, we can get Bry back to the middle safely. We probably could have Bry in the middle with me here, but we don't want to take any chances on losing that orb because that's a massive time loss in the next room if we don't have an orb.
We'd be able to keep the kill rate up here enough to cover, but, there's your rockets. Just, oh, goodness gracious me. I got the tank. The tank's gone. All right. I think this is the last one, though.
Yeah, that's the last
Of course it is. Thanks, game. Game is the game. So, we're only a couple rooms from finishing this up here. The next room will be the longest room in the game. Hopefully, because the MC room can technically last longer depending on how kind he's being.
Yeah, that's true.
But we'll see what happens. Because yes, the MC, the guy who's been taunting us all game, is the one who is the final boss. Okay!
Or at least some weird cyborg mutated version of it.
I gotta step back. Alright. We We got to kill this guy off. We're hoping for a good drop. That's fine. We'll get it and clean it.
Exactly.
Perfect. I managed to get us a spawn by going after a door.
Yeah, so no second snake, no straps to make us sweat a bit at the start, so we're going to be sailing pretty smoothly here for a while. There's about 10,000 enemies in this room, so it's going to take us a solid 3 to 3.5 minutes, depending on drops and such.
So nothing to keep in mind, the name of the room is Not Enough Keys. If you get here with 10 or more keys collected, it'll be called You Have Enough Keys, but that's technically a lie. You'd have to collect one more key in this room, and you'd access the Pleasure Dome! But, as people know, often, they cite it for all versions of this game, but it's only for the first arcade version. You couldn't get to the Pleasure Dome and technically beat the full, end of the game in the arcade. It wasn't programmed in. But in this one it is here. But you got to get 10 keys before this room, and then get 1 key here to open up the door. And I got grenade sabotage. That's not good for the guy with the orb. But we made it work. The clip does run out fairly quickly, and these rocket drops are quite fantastic right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And Jack's going to grab that and keep refilling. He's doing an excellent job here of holding everything. Another rocket drop. My goodness, game.
Nothing wrong with that, boys and girls.
I was going to try Spanish, and I realized I don't know Spanish, but I was saying Mueo Generoso. That's not it at all. I'm so sorry to everyone's ears and everyone who's ever spoken Spanish. Alive and dead.
Muy bueno is what you're looking for.
No, that's just good, I think. More good. I don't know.
Very good.
Razor Shield. Let's do the thing. Let's do the thing. Let's stop embarrassing ourselves. We had to take French at school up here, all right?
Yeah.
Oh my! The chat just must be loving the asininery of this. I did leave the minute first. The English hard. Waiting on it. Taking it. We're probably going to get that swirl right away now. There's a second swirl. That was close to a dirty thing. So those swirls, when they die, when they scatter, their body parts are still active.
And where they go is completely random.
Yeah, it depends on how their movement is and where you shoot them in the room. Typically, the longer in the room, the more aggressive they're going to be. It's kind of not a good time. And if you're not making fun of me in chat yet for how bad that Spanish attempt was, well, you're doing it wrong. So I want to see it. PG-13 style, of course.
That's why I'm not allowed to make fun of him right now.
Yeah. I mean, he'd be hitting me with a soundbite. It'd be a whole thing.
Or he'd be slapping you in the face for some very unfortunate remarks.
Listen, you paid me for that Gord Dowdy comment. It was appropriately doled out. I even suggested it as proper corporal punishment. Alright? It's enough about that. Let's move on.
I don't know, man. I don't think I can ever let you live that one down. That was like an insult to our Canadian heritage. I got sniped by that shrapnel.
Thankfully, I saw it coming regardless, because I'm paying attention.
Better you than me. You're the orb guy.
Exactly.
Better me than you, I should say. I know how to words.
He knows how to words. And by the way, you may have noticed that the drops have dried up here. It's Death Valley out there.
Well, that's
that was still a good run. That was sub 200 seconds.
Hey, we had some good runs in Arena 3, so we don't have to work as hard for sub 34 now.
Time for a repeat boss. Let's see if we can get some spreader action. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, just take the L right away. That's a form. I didn't mean to do that, but maybe we'll luck it here. Oh, it's a weapon at least. Try to...
Do you see how quickly that arm popped out, boys and girls?
I did. That's the little spreader trick in action there. Okay, Brian's going to grab that, and I'm going to take a death here, hoping for a spreader so that with this invulnerability we can just jam it into him comfortably. With no dice, unfortunately.
You're at 2.
Yeah, you're at 1.
Yeah. So now we're just going to try to pound the lobber into just around the top of his tie.
Yeah.
Because it gets double to triple damage if you do it right.
Yeah, lobber can do 12 a shot instead of 4 if you land it right on the boss's neck. Oh, wow, that was spiteful. But I'll take it anyway. Oh, it's a grenade. That's disappointing, and he's pushing me away from it. I'll get it, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Given our luck, I'm just not tanking deaths necessarily.
Yeah. We're both at 1 here, and we could...
yeah, technically we could invalidate the run. Nope. What a jerk. We finally get the weapon, and he sits on it.
Yep, disappointing. Okay.
This is going to end poorly.
Yeah. Do what you can with it.
If you see an invulnerability, call it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You'll be fine. Okay, final form.
It's a rocket.
Okay.
Not a bad weapon for the final form.
Yeah. There we go.
I have to be very careful not to die here.
Okay, if you can get that, that should.
I can't yet. Okay. Still dangerous, but I got it.
Yeah. I'd like one more weapon just for insurance sake here, but he's on it, whatever it is. Yeah, that'll do it. There we go.
And there we go. He's down. He's done. And I don't get to celebrate. You get to celebrate if you hit him. Yay! Jack celebrates.
Yeah, drops were not particularly great in that MC fight, sadly.
It is what it is. And look, a spreader. We did get one, so we got to show you that damage. You saw how much he took. That was about 1 1/3, 1 1/2 forms on one weapon clip. The spreader is so overpowered. The shotgun blast there. And Jack is now just having some rhythmic fun as we wait to finish out the run here. You're fired! It's not a bad Vince, right? You just got to growl and snarl. You're good. It was me, Austin. It was me all along. Thank you for the GGs. GGs to Jack. Ottawa GGs are not good at basketball. Go Carlton Ravens. For life, etc. That's more NWO. Let's get off the wrestling topics. We're getting too far afield here. This is what happens when you have to wait. This is what I'd ask you normally if you read any good books lately. See any good runs. And you know what? You have. It's been a week of fantastic runs here at SNES Super Stars. It ends on Sunday. There are 2 more days of this.
It's going to be good times.
It's going to be good times. And by the way, if you haven't seen it, my co-runner, Jackimus Wedge, ran Super Punch-Out blindfolded late Tuesday night. He beat the estimate by 29 minutes. You might want to check it out. You might want to check it out.
I might have typed in the wrong digit for my estimate, if we're being completely honest, but yeah.
Still beat your estimate, even if it was a real one, but sizable amounts. Sorry, but no pleasure, Dome. The keys were not coming today. Anyway, that's going to do it for us. There's nothing else. Nothing more. We're probably good, and we can go.
Congratulations!
We did it. We did it, YouTube. Hi, Reddit, etc.
We're great Smash TV players. Maybe the best of all time.
Home game. MTI knows the score. They literally, we're just picking carts up off the ground. Hopefully not the Spectrum game, though. Oh, boy. No. Or the NES version. Ugh. Ugh. All right. Thank you kindly. That's it. We've got nothing else to riff on because this is just the game ending. And it's all over. We're going back to the title screen.
But I can riff on Brian, man. Like, you should see this guy. You guys are lucky he doesn't have a webcam on, man. He looks so disgusting right now, I have to tell you. He's got, like, all these black eyes going on. He's, like, bleeding out of his ears.
I need an adult? What are you talking about? Okay, I think we're moving on.